Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Bin 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And good to have you on this show this morning. As you all know, it's now live show that we do every day and share our thoughts and how it's going. But before we do that, let's share the live on the social medias so people can join uh, the lives. And don't forget to comment, likes, and share the lives as well, so we can have a lot of people come on board and join the community. And also, I hope you guys didn't forget, 1st of October, I'll be starting a trading challenge, trading $100,000 to about 1 million US dollars, depending on how month or how long it's going to take. But we're going to do it, and we'll be doing that on pump.fun, and we're going to be showing all the trade live and direct, no hidden agenda, no gimmicks, nothing but true and real trading will be happening on that. So let's just quickly tell people to join the live now. Let's share it on social media as well. So people can join us as we are live right now. Let me just post it here for people to see. You can join the live right now. And a lot of things has been happening in the cryptocurrency, with everyone thinking we might hit 107,000, and I think probably we could even go lower, depends on what the momentum or whatever will happen in some days to come. So I believe we do not really want to miss today's show. Okay, I've shared it on Facebook. Let me share it on Twitter as well, so people can join the live right now. Join the live right now. Join the live now. So a lot of things are really going on in the cryptocurrency market that we're going to discuss this morning. So as you can see, we've posted on social media for people to join the live. Let's see how that went. Okay, perfect. That is good. All right, without wasting our time, welcome to the show once again. My name is Ahmed Olad Magic Kazin, aka KC the Great, and this is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. Also, if you're just joining the live for the first time, please destroy the like button and let the algorithm push our video to larger audience. You understand? And also, you can share it to any other community. Let them join the live so they can gain a lot from what we are doing. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can always be the first to get all other content that we drop on this great channel apart from the live. This morning there's a lot to talk about. You can see Ethereum is now breaking the structure right there. You can see BTC also is forming a kind of movement to break the structure, and lots of more that we're going to look at on today's live show. Also, we're going to take a look at the news like we always do every morning to let us know what is going on regarding the cryptocurrency market cap, so we do not really suffer or make mistake when we're dealing with our portfolio. All right, I haven't said that. Let's dive very quick into the business of the day. And as you all know on this show, first of all, we take a look at what the news are all about. Then we check the cryptocurrency market cap, we check the event of the day, which is very important because we need to know the events that are coming up that will affect our trades or our portfolio or whatever decision we want to make regarding our portfolio. And we're going to check the chart out and discuss if we still need to hold on to some of the project or the asset we have in our portfolio, or we need to let them go and look for another opportunity. Also, the last but not the least, we'll now be checking the fear and greed index out. And the reason why we have to do that is to know the sentiments regarding what everyone is believing regarding the sentiment of the cryptocurrency market. All right, without wasting our time, let's dive into the new segment of the show. We're going to come back to this chart analysis to discuss more in depth about what is really happening on the chart today. All right, let's dive into today's show, and you can see Ethereum loses $4,000 Shiba Inu hope for 0.00002 not lost, and Dogecoin hiding bullish card for 0.3. Yes, ETH is still above 4,000 US dollars as we discussing right now. It has not been able to break that floor, and we're gonna see if it's going to break it over the period of today, tomorrow, and Friday. As we can see on the chart, it's already giving us that structure being broken, but like I told you yesterday, we need to wait and see if it's going to break this 4,000 zone, and by next week, if we're breaking it down, then we need to leave that. But we're going to come back to that shortly. We're still on the news segment. So ETH, another news on the radar, ETH and BTC could drop 50% next bear run, but trader sees MUTM as the only upside play. If you've been watching my show for some time, I told you guys the possibility of bear market coming to an end is approaching, and you need to understand that because last bear market we experienced the same thing. The last bull run, we experienced the same thing. People were saying we're still going to hit 100K, 200K, but we stop at 69,000 and the market plummet from that. The same pattern is what I'm seeing this bull cycle, because I feel like the major news we are waiting for has been done, or it has come to pass, and any other thing that will propel this market from now should be major news. And the interest rate was one of them, and we saw what happened when the interest rate was cut, and nothing really pushed the market like that. So you can see now BTC and ETH could drop 50% next bear market, but traders see MUTM as the only upside. And if you read more further, you'll find out that, or you'll see that as the crypto market prepares for the next potential bear cycle, analysts warn that ETH and BTC could drop up to 50%, and that is really huge. If you may ask me, that is really huge. But you know, if you miss this bull run, there is opportunity for the next bull run. So it shows it may drop 50%, leaving many traders scrambling to find altcoins with structure upside. So we might see that some of these altcoins that perform. We saw Ethereum, Solana performing very well when even the bull market for BTC wasn't there, because a lot of pump and dump coin like meme coins and all of that were launching on that on chain. So we might take a look at some of the altcoins that will perform if BTC try to drop, or if we're in bear market, we just need to wait for the market to bottom up, then we look for the rare gem as well. And you can see the volatility of this flash SHIB asset has prompted investors to question crypto is a good investment during downturns, and they are now turning their attention to project offering tangible utility and predictable returns. And also you can see crypto expert says that Ethereum and Bitcoin could lose 50% or more, and I believe in that, because I'm not going to lie you, like I've been saying on my show, if you've been watching the show for some time, I said it that the probability of this bull cycle moving up to 400k or 300k is no longer there if we are being truthful to ourselves. I think it's no longer there, and we need to tell ourselves the truth. We do not need to sugarcoat anything. So I feel like we might start to see that this bull run is fading out gradually, and you need to start taking profit and prepare for the next bear run. All right, let's take a look at another news on the radar, and this one is these analysts predicted the Bitcoin crash, and their forecast says it's not over. Bitcoin price headed below 100,000 US dollars. Crypto analyst Ahmed_AZ has previously pointed out that Bitcoin price was moving within a decent channel, and since this was a bearish trend, it was expected that the Bitcoin price would begin to crash, and this was the case. You can see all the news are coming out from the news. It's not really encouraging again, because I'm not going to lie to you, the reason why everyone was really optimistic, hoping things would turn around for BTC and all of that, was because of the Fed rate cut they were waiting for. And we saw 25 basis points, not 50, not 70, and people see like there's no much of that to really push around, and that is the reason why we're seeing all this. But I have good news for you, which we're still going to share on this show this money. Okay, let's take a look at another news, and this is Bitcoin buy the dip calls surge, but liquidity trend point to 107,000 as potential magnet. And you know why I'm believing this now? Because if you look at the charts, okay, let me show you what the fear and greed index is showing this morning. You can see we are moving back to fear. Last week it was greed, last month it was greed, last week it's been neutral, but from neutral now it's not even moving into what I will call greed or extreme greed. Rather, it's moving back to fear, and that is really, really important, and we need to take a look at that. And that might be the beginning of crypto starting to crash. But you can see buy the dip, but even the liquidity is showing that the dip, or where we have liquidity, is around 107,000 US dollar. And if you read further, you find out Bitcoin price has fallen over 3% this week, breaking below key support level. This is not new, because I told you guys, if you've been following my show, I told you guys that BTC has created a kind of structure, and we're going to share it on the chart shortly. It has created a kind of structure and broke that structure. What we saw for the last 2 weeks, that pushback was just a pushback, a retrace to the Fibonacci level, if you know how to do that, you understand. And now possibility is going to now start coming down, but we are still going to wait for the floor. If the floor is now able to hold it and nothing was broken down, maybe we're going to survive it. But if that floor is being broken, I'm telling you, we might just believe we're starting to fall into the bear market. Bitcoin break below key support has prompted a flurry by the deep call on social media. However, liquidity trends suggest potential for a deeper decline. You can see for what a deeper decline. So we need to make sure we are very careful with how we get into the BTC back. All right, more on the news, and this is about BTC as well. And you can see crypto rally in Q4, Bitcoin promising September result. We all know everyone has this sentiment regarding September, calling it's when BTC normally drop down. But what I'm seeing this period is it's not really about the September itself. It's really about nothing much more is left to hype the BTC again. We're waiting for President Trump to win election. He won. We want the ETF approved. It's been done. We saw the big investment company coming into the game, and we were waiting for a rate call. We saw it. Nothing really happened again, except we're going to see Elon Musk to come out and say, okay, he's going to accept Bitcoin again for purchasing of all his product and all of that. Maybe that's another I think we should be waiting for. And like I've always been saying on this show, the last bull run, the money that came into the show was propelled by what? By the stimulus, because United States printed about 3 trillion US dollars and gave it out as stimulus for COVID-19. So we should always be cognizant of that money that flowed into cryptocurrency came from some of the money that was printed. But this bull cycle, the money came from the big company that are now starting to look at cryptocurrency and probably put it inside their portfolio and hold some of it inside their balance sheet. So we should know that the whole thing is going to be changing since we're having these big boys into the cycle or into the game. All right, result in September, the fourth quarter, which has traditionally been the best time for Bitcoin, may be more broadly affected by this. With an average negative return over the past 10 years, September has been one of the Bitcoin worst months. When examining long-term historical data, when September ends on positive note, however, the next 2 to 6 months typically see a low growth. For example, in 2020, in 2013, Green September were followed by rallies that lasted into year and extended into the next year. So you can see, even with that, this might be different, and we need to be careful so we do not just follow the hype, the Nessie, and all of that. Like I told you, on this show, we discuss and we say it as it is, no sugarcoating and all of that. More news regarding Bitcoin, and you can see this is the good news I told you for you guys. This is really the good news I'm talking about. Bitcoin could rally towards 165,200K as analysts note a bullish divergence and 118K resistance. This is the good news I'm talking about. But what is really my concern about this is what will propel this to that place we're waiting for. What will push the Bitcoin price now to that place they're talking, the 118,200K? What will propel it to it? You understand? So it's not new. We see people coming out naming a number or saying we're going to get to so position or so price. The problem is, what is going to push it to that? That is what we need to open our eyes to see. So we need to be sure and be certain, because if the bear market is approaching, you might as well start taking profit on the way up until we're going to see a flash crash and the whole thing is going to turn around. Don't forget, the moment the market start moving up, people start saying it's bullish, and if it start coming down, they change their mouth immediately. So you don't wait for them to change their mouth, rather you start acting now. And don't forget, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research and make sure you invest the amount of money you can afford to lose, as trading crypto can be very, very risky. And you can see right here, key on-chain technical reviews, resistance at 118, support range between 95 to 100K, border cycle resistance near 186,740. But let's see how the next month is going to play out, since we have this sentiment that September is always slow, is a red candle and all of that. Let's see how next month is going to play out. Then we're going to see if the hope of 200K is still possible. All right, that's that on BTC. Let's now move to some good news regarding altcoins. And we're going to start with BNB. We all know BNB has been doing great. If you've been following me or you've been watching the news, you find out that BNB has been performing very well. And you can now see that BNB chain has ultra cheap fee as validator proposed 50% gas reduction. That is a good news. I'm not going to lie to you, because number one, BNB has reached a milestone of 1,000 US dollars, and now they want to reduce their gas fee by 50%. That is really, really good news. And if that comes to pass, I'm not going to lie to you, we might see BNB pushing up to 2,000, and maybe BNB is going to start competing with Ethereum. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I'm saying if they eventually do that by reducing their gas fee from 0.1 to 0.05, that is going to be a good one. And you know, this comes as a native BNB explores fresh all-time high above $1,000. So that is good news for BNB. And you can see even right here, it was tweeted there that BNB chain validators are proposing to cut gas from 0.1 GUI to 0.05 GUI and shorten block intervals from 750 ms to 450 ms, dropping fees about 0.005 per transaction, and keeping BSC, that is the Binance Smart Chain contract, competitive with Solana and Base. Passcode from 3 to 1 and 0 to 0.5 GUI lower fee, that will now be about 75% and boosted daily. So I think that is great news, and that is a smart move coming from the BNB community, or the dev, if I might say. So now, if approved, individuals will incur 0.005 per transaction, and that will place BSC, that is the Binance Smart Chain contract, among low-cost platform like Solana and Base. And we could see if that should happen, a lot of people start jumping on it. We saw what happened with Solana, that it started doing well. So if BNB could do this, I'm not going to lie to you, BNB might move on to bigger price in the nearest future. But we're going to take a look at the chart and see if we need to join the bandwagon right now or not. That will make BNB one of the cheapest platforms in the blockchain sector, and that is good news for BNB. Speaking of BNB, let's take a look at XRP. XRP price struggle to hold, fresh decline rates grow for the token. Like I told you, if you see, Ripple has been doing a lot. They've been launching here and there. They've been doing great things, but the token is not even performing very well, and that is my concern. If you ask me, why is XRP not performing even better than other altcoins, I will tell you I do not know, because I expect it to be doing much more than some of the token we're seeing now. Why? Because we've seen great news coming from Ripple, but yet nothing is happening. XRP started a fresh decline below below $2.9 zone. The price is now showing a bearish sign and might decline again below the 2.78 zone. XRP is at risk of another decline as it failed to stay above $3 pivot. So we need to be careful, because I know they've done a lot, but yet nothing is really going well for XRP. Let's check another news regarding altcoins, and this is Solana. And you can see Solana also takes a hit, and it starts, is it the start of bearish move? Solana started a fresh decline from $250 zone, so price is now showing bearish sign and might even decline towards $200 support. Solana price dips again. Solana price failed to stay above $250 and started a fresh decline like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So traded below the 240 and 232 support level to enter the bearish zone. You know, like I told you, we might be systematically moving into the bearish cycle, and we would not be aware on the start to happen, because you can see the news and what is coming out regarding all these tokens. So we need to be careful, guys. The bull run might be over. I'm not saying it's over, don't get me wrong, but it might be over. And remember, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research and trade with the money you can afford to lose. All right, Solana is dipping. We're going to check the chart regarding all these assets shortly. Do not go anywhere, because you do not want to miss the charts analysis. All right, more news on the radar, and this is going to be meme coin. Let's now check the king of meme coin, and I'm talking about DOGE coin. You can see DOGE coin holds firm above 0.24 support in a choppy session. Meme token holds above 0.24 support as volume spike past 500 million, while resistance consolidate near 0.2. That's 20 cents. Also, earlier rally tested resistance at 0.244, but profit taking limited upwards momentum. We've seen that meme coin this season have just been struggling to perform exceptionally, except those like Pump Fund and all those kind of meme or on-chain that people are launching on Solana that have been doing dump and dump. But I'm talking about like Shiba Inu, Pepe, Doge, and all of that. They've been struggling, and if we're not going to have alt season this bull cycle, we might as well not have meme coin season this bull cycle. But let's see how it goes. But it shows that traders are now monitoring the 0.244 resistance level for a potential breakout, and the 0.236 to 0.240 support band for sign of accumulation. And that's that regarding the meme coin. Now, another big news is this one, and everyone is shook. Why? Because Sam Bankman-Fried X account are waking again. We all know what happened to FTT last bull cycle. Even CZ was part of it. Tweeted about them, bankrupt happened on them, and they collapsed. Sam Bankman-Fried was found guilty of using customer fund for what? For other transactions with Alameda investment and all of that, and he's been in jail. But for some reason, Sam Bankman-Fried X accounts Awakens from nowhere and send FTT token. Sorry, we all know the company token is FTT, and it went above. And you can see the unexpected post sparked question about inmate communications as the FTX exchange sues for $1.1 billion and prepare a $1.6 billion payout. That is really, we don't know how come Sam Bankman-Fried account is back. Sam Bankman-Fried verified X account posted good money on Tuesday evening despite prison restriction on internet use, and the FTT token surged 32% following the tweet, with volume climbing from 10.4 million US dollars to from 10.4 million US dollars to 59 million US dollars. And the FTT estate has filed 1.1 billion lawsuit against Genesis Data and plan to distribute 1.6 billion to the creditors by September 13. So that is what is really buffing on the internet right now, because everyone was like, how come the guy is back? And you know, it's crazy. But I'm not gonna lie, it was really unfortunate for Sam Bankman-Fried, and what he did wasn't really good as well. And that is why we have the Merkle tree. Any exchanger you're using and they do not have Merkle tree, where you can trace the customer fund and see where your money is sitting at, you need to be careful with them. But that came to be due to Sam Bankman-Fried FTX collapse. All right, that is another news regarding the awakening of Sam Bankman-Fried X account. Now let's check another news, and this is set to offer more crypto clarity by year end. And on Tuesday, SEC Chairman Paul Atkins, we all know that's the new after Gary Gensler was resigned or sacked, joined Fox Business to discuss the U.S. Congress crypto legislation and the agency measures to make the industry stand on firm ground and providing long-awaited regulatory clarity to advance digital asset sector in America. The SEC chief affirmed that a lot is going on for the agency, including working on rulemaking and setting an innovation exemption for crypto firms by the end of 2025. Following the successful crypto week in July, he revealed that the commission was exploring some regulatory changes to boost innovation. So we're gonna see what that is all about when all these rules and everything drop with SEC. All right, that's what I have for you on the new segment of the show this morning. You are still watching the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show live and direct this morning. All right, we're now going to dive into what the economy calendar is talking about. So to know what we need to look out for on the chart this morning. All right, if you look at yesterday, we do not really have much more thing happening yesterday with the economic calendar. You could see we have the flash PMI and the Fed power speaks and all of that. But today, being the 24th September 2025, we are going to be waiting for new home sales news to come out of United States. CPI year-to-year already came out of Australia, and German IO business climate already done in Austria. So we need to watch out for the new home sales data coming out at 2 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. SAST time, depend on your time zone. All right, that's that regarding that. Let's now check what the cryptocurrency market cap is looking like. And you all know we've been on and above 4 trillion US dollar, which is a milestone. If you ask me, guys, that is great. That is a milestone when you look at cryptocurrency market cap. 4 trillion US dollars after a decade and a half. And now you can see now we're back to 3.9 trillion US dollars. And you can see the trading volume for the last 24 hours is 162 billion US dollars, and the market is looking red kind of. But don't worry, we're going to take a look at the chart analysis to see what is really going on. But now you can see the trending going. Asta has been trending because it's what everyone is talking about. We are going to, I've not done my duly research on that, so I'm not going to say anything about it, but I promise you before Friday or next week I'm going to bring something you need to know about it. And you can see Hemi also is trending, and you can see top gainers right there. All right, let's take a look at the cryptocurrency rank regarding the top 10 that we do on the show every day. Bitcoin, of course, is still number one. Like this show or this channel still remain number one when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. So Bitcoin is at number one, Ethereum at number two, Tether at number three, XRP is now at number 4, BNB is at number 5, Solana at number 6, USDC at number 7, Dogecoin at number 8, Lido Stake at number 9, and Tron is sitting at number 10. Nothing has really changed like that regarding the cryptocurrency market rank, if you may ask me, from yesterday. We all know Tron was overthrown by Cardona, but Tron is back to top 10 and Cardona is back to number 11. Also, the likes Cardona, Chainlink, Avalanche, and the likes are now below top 10. If you're interested in knowing where your project or whatever you are trading sit on the cryptocurrency market cap rank, you might want to check out CoinGecko.com to know the rank at which your project is sitting on, because on CoinGecko.com we have thousands of tokens listed, and you can see where whatever token you want to buy are listed on, why some are not even on there because they've not made it to the spot. All right, let's take a look at what the chart analysis is now looking at. And if you look at the chart analysis, is not really looking good, as we see market trying to dump, but we're going to talk about that later. If you're still watching the show till now, please subscribe to the channel, subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can get the best out of this show. Please like the show, comment, let us know what you really want us to do more. Also, you can follow us on X, you can follow me on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Instagram to get more nugget. And speaking of that, I'll be launching my show. I'll be launching a live trading challenge 1st of October on pump.fun, and you need to be part of that because there will be giveaways, there will be a lot of things. Each milestone, we're going to give percentage of the profit to the community or to the people that are holding on to the coin, because you have to launch a coin before you can start that kind of a challenge on pump.fun, and we're going to do that 1st of October. And you might want to check out the Twitter handle out so you can always get what is going on regarding the launch. But that's that by the way. Now let's dive into the chart analysis. Right now we're going to start with BTC, of course, because that is the king. BTC is now pulling back, as we can see right here, but do we need to sell? It's still the same thing from yesterday. As long as we did not break 110,000, I think we can still hold on to our position. And if we did not break 106,000, possibility of us pushing back is there and not going into bear market. Remember, this is not financial advice, it's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research before you invest or put your money on any project. So BTC is still a buy. And also, if you're interested in day trading and signal and all of educational content, you might want to join my Telegram group where we give out signals and educational content all for free. The links down in the description. So Bitcoin is still a buy. Even though we're seeing this pullback, we can still hold on to BTC only if we break below 110 or we break below 106. Then we can say bearish market is coming. All right, let's take a look at ETH. If you look at Ethereum line now, I told you Ethereum has created a structure. You can see it has created a structure and it has broken the structure. On the normal ground, we're supposed to close our positions because it has broken the structure. But the reason why we're not going to close is because this 4,000 base is still holding. So let's see how the week we finish. If we break below this week by next week, then definitely we need to close our position. But right now we can still hold on to it as long as we're maintaining that 4,000 floor. Only if we break below it, that is when I can say we can definitely get out of the position. Now let's take a look at BNB, because BNB made the news as well, and you all know BNB has reached the milestone and is trading above 1,000 US dollars now. And I told you about the great news that is going to happen with BNB regarding the gas fee they want to cut, and that's a smart move for them, because after hitting this milestone they want to cut the gas fee to attract more customers, and the token might skyrocket. So BNB is still a buy until we break this 900 $1 zone. That's when we can say we should get out of B&B. Let's check out Solana. And if we look at Solana, Solana is now pushing back. Yes, it's pushing back, but we still need to wait for it to break 185. As long as Solana didn't break 185, we can still hold on to our portfolio, or else you just want to close now and wait for when it drop a little bit down, you get back in. But if you're holding in your portfolio, Solana is still bad. All right, let's take a look at XRP. As we all know, XRP made the news as well. XRP is still a buy. It is not be able to, destroy the floor, as you can see. I believe next week is going to be a major one for cryptocurrency. I'm not going to lie. Next week is going to be a major one, and you do not want to miss the show, because I feel by next week we're going to see a lot of breakout, a lot of, structure being smashed and all of that. So you don't want to miss that. I believe next week is going to be a great one for cryptocurrency, so we need to watch out. Let's take a look at ADA. ADA also is not broken the structure. So much of all these altcoins are still above the structure, and they are not yet broken. So I think we can still hold on to our portfolio as long as they've not destroyed the floor, which is the support on a weekly time frame. Let's take a look at LTC. LTC has destroyed the floor, but we need to wait if it's going to stand by next week. Let's take a look at SUI. SUI is still okay. SUI is not a buy yet, because you can see that SUI has already destroyed the floor here with the structure, have a pullback and start to pull back. So when we need to get on back to SUI is when it breaks $3 or $4. So that is that on altcoin. Let's quickly check what Toncoin is looking like. Like I told you, you can see it's just like I've always been right. I told you guys, please do not buy Toncoin, because there was a structure and it's been moving down since then. So please and please let us be guided, and make sure you trade with the money you can afford to lose, as this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. All right, if you're still on the live with me, thanks for joining the live, and we still have more to cover. We're going to check out the meme token right now. Sorry about that. Let's check out the meme token right now before we check the sentiment. And if you look at the king of memes, I call it the king of memes, which is Dogecoin. Dogecoin is still a buy. You can see the structure: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Probably it might just pull down to 0.20, then start moving up. Like I said, next week is very, very important for us when it comes to all these chart analyses and knowing what we need to do with our portfolio. Let's take a look at Pump Fund. And talking about Pump Fund, I'm going to be launching a challenge on Pump Fund come 1st of October this year. That is next month, and it's going to be a challenge of me trading $100 to $1 million US, and you don't want to miss out, because giveaways, percentage of the profit will be shared to most of the holders of the coin and the community that are behind the project. So you don't want to miss out. Check it out on X, where you know about more about it. Is $100 to $1 million. Or check my you can check out my TikTok account. I've been posting videos about it, so you can always know more about it. All right, Pump.Fund is still a buy. It has not broken the 0.04, so it's still looking good. Let's take a look at Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu also still maintaining the floor, not broken yet, but they look like they're going to break it. But in crypto, no assumption. If it happens, yes. If it doesn't happen, you can't say because it's almost breaking it, then you make a decision. It needs to happen before you make a decision. Let's take a look at Pepe. Pepe is looking like it's going to break, but it hasn't broken the floor as well, so it's still a buy. Let's take a look at Trump. Trump token is not a buy. Please stay away from it. And that is that regarding the meme token and the charts analysis. If you really want me to take a look at any token for you, any chart, you might drop it in the comment section, or you can even chat me up on the live session right now, and I'll definitely see it and discuss more about that. So that is what the chart and the all assets are looking like. All of them are just close to breaking that floor, and if this week is not going to be good enough, we might end up breaking the floor. Then we're going to see the market turn very well. All right, we're not going to end the show without checking what the sentiment looks like, and you can see the fear and greed index right now, it's now moving towards fear from neutral that has been for almost a month. You can see last month neutral, last week neutral, yesterday was fear, now as well is fear. So that is what the fear and greed index is looking like. Thanks for joining me on this show this morning. It's live, and this is Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. My name still remains the same, Ahmed Oladimeji Kazim, aka KC the Great. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, please and please subscribe, destroy the like button, share, and let a lot of people join so we can build a larger community of real value and what matters when it comes to trading, investment in general. As you all know, this is Crypto 101, the home of value and good investment when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And this is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. And we do not gamble it. Yes. All right, this is live show, and that's what I have for you this morning. Until I catch you tomorrow on another wonderful pack episode of this great show, I still remain your humble host, and it's peace out.